So I want to go over some of the features I've noticed about this Roomba that makes this a little bit more unique than a lot of the other robo vacuums. First of all, being the camera right here, it also has a light. What it does is essentially is that when it gets stuck, it will send you a picture of what it sees is what is obstacles in front, so it can let you know what is trapped under or what it is in the house. Another thing I have noticed that I really like is the kind of intelligent design of the cleaner right here, because it gets vacuumed out through here, because this one is part of an automated emptying bin, so it empties out right around here. But because of that, it has a little panel here where you can really pull this off if you try. As you can see, all the dust and debris is under here, but because of this panel, when you're kind of moving around, nothing's going to get out of here because of this. But when it has a strong suction, it gets pulled back, and that's how the thing leaves this. So that's a very intelligent design. A lot of the other vacuums I have noticed when I kind of twist it and kind of like carry it and move it other places, it sometimes spills out the debris that is sucked up. So this is a very nice and unique feature. And talking about the kind of self-emptying feature, this is said to be around like 60 days capacity, which I have found that if my room is not so dirty, it might even extend to around 90 days. I can show you this is what they mean. So it kind of gets sucked up here. I can show you the underneath also. Basically, you come on back down here. This is where, you know, where it gets sucked up as. This is basically a tube, goes all the way down, and that is where it enters into the bin. So because this is transparent, you can see if anything is blocking it. You can see where it's blocking it and what is blocking it. Not to mention, there are also screws on each side of the kind of tube. Once you unscrew them, you can actually take this apart out and kind of manually pull out anything that is stuck on. So I think that's a really unique feature. But yeah, once you go in here, this is around like 60 days, but I really think it could be like even double, like 90 days, maybe 120 days, depending on, you know, the cleanliness of your house. And this is the bag that it kind of looks. It's a pretty big capacity. Go looking down, there's a lot of room down there. It also comes with an extra bag for you to use, so you don't have to buy another one immediately. It has a 3-stage kind of powerful cleaning system that packs like 10 times the power lifting suction because of the edge sweeping brushes around also the kind of dual multi-surface rubber brushes right here. As you can see, they are opposing sides, so they're really going to get also opposing rotations. They're not going to go the same in either direction, and a lot easier to clean. So you pop this out of here, and you can basically take each one of these out and kind of clean it, wash it. Because this is rubber, you can even, like, you know, be really severe when it comes to washing it, and it's going to be fine. And I gotta say, a lot of the other vacuums I have tested, it is quite hard to push the brush back in because certain angles and certain like orientations, you have to put it exactly for it to go in. But this was pretty easy. I can demonstrate it again. Take this out, pull it out, do whatever, and then you just very easily push it back in. And there you go, super easy like that. Just to show the kind of in-app features real quick, as you can see, it is ready to vacuum. There it is on the kind of battery. You can see it where it is on the map. Let me see. This is, I've not really finished making the whole map, but this is what it is. You can also have favorites. You can get new jobs. You can customize the map. You customize the cleaning preference, as in you make 1 pass or 2 pass for cleaning the entire floor. Make schedules. You can look at the histories. You can set the product, and there's a child log, there's a cleaning preference, 1 pass, maybe you want the obstacle detection to be off. Bin behavior, keep do not cleaning when it is full, so it tells the vacuum to automatically go back to the dock. Also, a bunch of special neat features that I do really like on this app. Is a lot better than the other robot vacuum apps. I can tell it to start remotely right now. It can, starting a job, click it just like that. That's about the sound level you should expect. Sometimes it is not 100% with its detection, but it is working most of the time, I would say. And because of the big wheels, it is able to get over some of the obstacles. So it does get on there to clean a little bit of it before kind of turning around. So I paused it, so I have the option to send it home after I pause it. And because of the cameras, it saw that the vacuum base is right there. So it's kind of lining it up before it goes right on in because of the pins. And also, as you can see, there is a code at the back of the dock that needs to line it up perfectly in order to kind of empty and charge. So it's kind of does this thing where I've noticed where it kind of flashes the lights 3 times in different brightnesses to really get it before going. Gets it onto there just like that. So that is the emptying noise. So as you have heard, that is quite loud, so you wouldn't want to put this space anywhere near where you're going to be regularly hanging out. But an advantage of that loud noise is that it really speeds up the deloading process, because a lot of the other vacuums take a lot longer for it to suck everything out. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased with this product. It is working with all the kind of intended messages that it promised. So I am pretty satisfied, not to mention everything with the vacuum, with the base, the leather strap right on top, everything, it is quality. You're paying for quality, and you're also getting the longevity from the quality because it's less likely to break down. So that's why I'm really satisfied with this. So I want to go over why I think this is better than the competitors. Basically, it is the vacuum, but also a lot of the vacuum base, because this has a much larger than average bin capacity. So that means you have to change it less frequently, you have to do less work, less hassle, which is the whole point of buying this anyways, right? I want to do the least amount of work possible. This will give you 60, but from my experience, maybe 90 days or even like 120 days capacity, depending on how dirty your house is naturally. So you take this out. This is a leather strap, by the way, very nice. You come on here, you take this thing out. As you can see, this bag is quite big. You're not going to see this amount of capacity in much of any other vacuum cleaners. And the second reason is that this has a longer battery life compared to a lot of the other vacuum cleaners. Because of that, it allows it to kind of vacuum longer before it comes back, because most of the vacuum cleaners that have a dock, they have a feature where once they go low on the battery, they will automatically go back to the dock, charge, and then go back, resume cleaning, which is very nice in all of them. But you want that to happen the least amount of times, because the time it takes to go from the point back to your base and back to that point, it is time taking up. So you're gonna have those vacuums running a lot longer than this one, where it can do most of, if not all of the work in 2, maybe 3 charges, whereas other vacuums may need like 4, 6 chargers to get everything done. Not to mention, it has smarter navigation systems compared to a lot of the other vacuum cleaners, because thanks to this, it has a kind of light right here under the camera, and also the camera itself, able to detect kind of cords, walls, and everything. I've tested it. It doesn't work 100% of the time, but it works most of the time, I would say. Not to mention, it has a more powerful suction compared to a lot of the other vacuum cleaners. And also, the best part, I would say, this is probably the widest brush I have tested with all of my other Robo vacuums. Because of that, like the previous example, because this is so wide, it needs to go back and forth less than a lot of the other vacuums. Because the other vacuums, lower battery, smaller brushes, it's going to take significantly longer times to clean up your entire floor, versus this one, much bigger brush. And also the suction inside, it is a lot higher than the other vacuum, so this is going to perform much better on carpeted floors, and also objects with kind of fine powders. Those are usually pretty hard without a lot of suction. So this one, it doesn't pick it up completely 100% or anything, but it gets really up close and way above average. Not to mention, it has more specific voice controls than compared to a lot of the other vacuum cleaners, where you kind of have to manually kind of use the phone, or even like press the button, which is still more work on your side. When you pay this amount of money, you want to do the least amount of work possible. It also has a very user-friendly app, which I can show you right now. Simple, the MAM battery, this is the vacuum's ready to vacuum. It's got your kind of daily tasks, schedules, history. Click on histories, how many times you have done it for your area, lifetime. Pretty easy to understand. You can add a new job. You can kind of customize the setting of your cleaning preferences. You can do like 1 pass or 2 passes, empty its bin when it's full, detection. So it has customization options, but it is a lot really simple. And not to mention, the best part is definitely the warranty on this baby. It is a lot better than the warranties on the other vacuum cleaners. Because of that, because of the brand of, iRobot is one of the most reliable brands. You can trust, not only does it give you a good warranty, it's actually going to hold up their end of the bargain. Because a lot of the other Robo vacuums, they can say one thing, but they might not actually do it when it comes time to it. But this one, because it is a big brand, has a reputation to protect. So that's why you're more likely to get what you need when it comes to kind of warranty situation. Not to mention, is overall just a super attractive design. This sleek finish, it doesn't attract much fingerprints at all. The blacker part does attract a little bit of fingerprints, so you gotta keep that in mind. But overall, even though I can see fingerprints on the blacker part, can you really even see them? You can see them maybe if you look close, but overall it's still like a very aesthetic looking image right here. And it's not just the aesthetic and the finish, it is all about the total package material, because from the robot to the dock, I can confidently say this is probably one of the most like well-built and highest quality materials in terms of vacuum cleaners I've tested, because these feel really, really nice and they're probably gonna last a long time because they use high quality materials. And that's why I'm a big fan of these.